Good day, here are the top stories from the Philippine News Agency. We begin in Lao with President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. emphasizing the need to strengthen food security and regional cooperation. This as the ASEAN faces the growing threats of climate change and global instability. Here is our report.
Speaking at the 27th ASEAN Plus 3 Summit in Laos, Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. pointed to the 2024 World Risk Index, which identifies the Philippines as one of the most vulnerable to climate change. He highlighted the potential impact on Philippine agriculture and food access. Marcos reaffirmed the country's commitment to the ASEAN Plus 3 Emergency Rice Reserve Agreement or APTER, lauding the extension of the Tier 1 APTER program for another 2 years until 2027. He urged APTER working groups to find ways to bolster food reserves and enhance mechanisms to address food security challenges. He says the program diversifies food sources and strengthens resilience against calamities. In addition to food security, Marcos welcomed the ASEAN Plus 3 Cooperation Work Plan for 2023 to 2027, which aims to enhance trade, investment, and regional connectivity. He also acknowledged the benefits of reducing transportation costs, responding swiftly to demand changes, and ensuring regional supply chain resilience. Meanwhile, Marcos expressed support for reviewing the ASEAN-India trade in goods agreement to ease restrictions and foster more business-friendly agreements. He said he is hoping that the review will benefit micro, small, and medium enterprises by making trade more accessible. Marcos also highlighted opportunities for cooperation in digital transformation, tourism, and health, encouraging India to share its expertise in affordable medicine and vaccine production. He also lauded India's role as a pharmaceutical hub and urged collaboration to support ASEAN vaccine security and self-reliance. For the Pna Headlines, this is Kevin Ortiz.
On efforts to bolster the country's trade, the Department of Trade and Industry is introducing an online platform to assist Philippine businesses in maximizing the benefits of free trade agreements. The DTI, through its Export Marketing Bureau, is developing an innovative free trade agreement information portal and origin management system. According to DTI Director Bianca Pearl Sikimte, the platform will monitor how Philippine businesses are utilizing the country's FTAs. The system also provides tools to help companies assess if their products qualify for preferential trade rates. This online platform is set for launch during National Exporters Week in December. Currently, the Philippines has several FTAs, including bilateral agreements with Japan, South Korea, and the European Free Trade Associations. Negotiations are also underway for FTAs with the European Union and the United Arab Emirates. Additionally, the Philippines participates in multilateral FTAs, particularly within ASEAN and its trading partners such as the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. Aside from monitoring FTA utilization, the DTI says this platform will provide exporters with a simulator to analyze their supply chains, ensuring that their products meet the requirements for preferential rates under the country's existing trade agreements. More Filipinos can now buy rice at a lower price as the Department of Agriculture opens 20 additional Kadiwa ng Pangulo sites today. New Kadiwa outlets can be found in Caloocan, Malabon, Mandaluyong, Marikina, Pasig, Navotas, Quezon City, and in Calamba, Laguna. The DA is also selling cheaper mixed local and imported well-milled rice under the Rice for All program for 43 pesos per kilogram from the previous 45 pesos per kilo. The agency is also expanding the 29 peso program or the sale of NFA rice stocks to senior citizens, beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Filipino program, persons with disabilities, and solo parents. The Assistant Secretary Arnel de Mesa said that they hope to open an additional 169 Kadiwa sites by the end of the year and reach more than 1,500 sites overall. He also assured that prices of agricultural products at the Kadiwa would be lower by around 10 to 20%. According to DA's Bantay Presyo, imported regular milled rice in Metro Manila is priced at 42 to 48 pesos per kilogram as of Wednesday. Imported well-milled rice is sold at 45 to 55 pesos per kilo. Local regular milled rice ranges from 45 to 50 pesos per kilo, while the local well-milled rice is priced at 45 to 55 pesos per kilo.
Before the end of this year, meron ng mga Kadiwa. Pina-finalize lang namin listahan doon sa 169
Sir, ano yung basihan ng paglalagay natin ng isang Kadiwa sa isang lugar? Ano yung requirements? Dapat ba maraming 4-piece beneficiaries o dapat ba?
Kailangan lang maraming tao. They're highly populated. Like in any business, you put your store kung saan maraming foot traffic. Kasi hindi naman to for 4-piece lang or senior citizen. Ito para sa lahat na to.
The Department of Migrant Workers vows to provide government assistance to the family of an overseas Filipino worker recently executed in Saudi Arabia. DMW Secretary Hans Leo Gov't says a team from the agency and the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration visited the family of the OFW immediately after the execution. Gov't condoled with the family and assured that help for the OFW's school-aged children would be prioritized. The Department of Foreign Affairs earlier said the OFW was executed on October for the murder of a Saudi national due to a supposed financial dispute. A report quoting Riyadh Charge d'Affaires Romel Romatos said the remains of the OFW cannot be repatriated to the Philippines under Sharia law. Meanwhile, the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C. said no Filipinos were reported hurt by the impact of Hurricane Milton over Florida. Consul General Donna Rodriguez says the embassy will provide the necessary assistance to the affected Filipinos. She said the embassy has also been coordinating with the Filipino communities in Florida. The embassy and the local government earlier advised residents to evacuate from their homes due to the threat of floods, winds, and tornadoes from Milton. There are around 170,000 Filipinos in Florida, including 34,000 in Tampa Bay and 23,000 in Orlando. Reuters reported that at least 10 people were killed in the onslaught of Milton, while more than 3.2 million homes and businesses lost power. Malacanang has suspended government work and classes at all levels in Manila and Pasay City on October 14 and 15 as the country hosts the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin signed Memorandum Circular 66 on Thursday, ordering the measure to give way to the large number of participants who will be traveling to and within Manila and Pasay. However, agencies involved in the delivery of basic and health services, disaster preparedness and response, as well as offices performing vital services will remain at work on those days. Private companies and offices may decide on their own whether to suspend their operations. Meanwhile, the Commission on Elections is rescheduling the hearings of the Election Registration Board in Manila and Pasay on these dates following the palace order. The hearings are reset to Wednesday, October 16. It added that the list of registered voters for the 2025 midterm polls and the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao parliamentary elections will be updated once the nationwide ERB hearings end. The ERB hearings are conducted to cleanse the voters list by evaluating voters' applications, and the listing voters who have died, failed to vote in 2 succeeding regular elections, and double registered, among others. The Philippines is hosting the Asia-Pacific Ministerial Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction for the first time. More than 4,000 participants from 69 countries are expected to attend the biennial event convened by the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction. The conference aims to highlight initiatives and investments toward disaster risk reduction. It will be held at the Philippine International Convention Center in Pasay City on October 14 to 18. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website pna.gov.ph or our Facebook and Dex account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under Pna News. It's 75 days before Christmas. I'm Marita Muaje. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.